In my last two videos, we did initial startup and printing on the Bambu Lab H2D. However, I had a few comments asking about how the bed adhesion was and if there was any problem printing PLA. I decided to start my testing with a first layer test. I used ESUN PLA Plus and printed a 0.2mm thick sheet of plastic to see if there is any problem with the first layer. In some other videos, I had seen that the Bambu Lab H2D skips some calibration testing to save some time if it thinks that it's calibrated, but for the sake of this test, I turned everything on manually. This print took about 42 minutes to complete, which for the size of the sheet is pretty impressive. The printer moves relatively quietly, although it makes some noise here and there. What was shocking for me was that as soon as the print started, a flap opened on top of the printer, letting heat out. This is because PLA has a softening temperature of 45 degrees Celsius, which isn't much. With the flap open and the exhaust fan working, the heat from the bed is dissipated very quickly, not affecting the print. At least, that's the plan. Nonetheless, the print didn't take long to complete. I got this discoloration, or well, I may say, weird texture on top of the print, which I don't know where it came from because it felt smooth to my hand. Here was the shocking results. I was expecting issues with adhesion. Well, I definitely ran into issues, but it stuck too well. Getting it off was actually hard. I tried really hard for 5 minutes getting it off with my nail, and then I had to go to my knife, and then I barely got it off. I know that the bed is still hot and the print will stick, but this is pretty good adhesion, even for a hot bed. Finally, I could open a little slit on the bottom and get the whole thing off, but it wasn't trying to come out. So as you can see, I got some lines in the print. While I'm peeling this off, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos. Yeah, that was satisfying. Well, all jokes aside, you the lines that I made by peeling it off the bed? This looks perfect. The only issue I could find was a very small area that had a hole or two, and that could have very well been leftover filament from the old print, because I didn't wash the bed. Then I printed this. I know these could go for longer, but to be honest with you, for the length that it printed and the small surface area, you could say it passed. What was shocking was that I left this print for almost 10 hours in the printer before I took it off, and just hear this. Let's just say that the H2D is doing really well. I was impressed with the results.